Welcome back to the Gweilo 60 channel. I'm standing outside Guangxi University. It's the largest university in Guangxi Autonomous Region, of a region of about 50 million people here in southwestern China. But that's not what this video is about. Well, it sort of is about what this video is about. This is where people come to get educated, university education, and there's, I don't know how many students, but there's a lot. I live on Hojilu, just around the corner, and there's like thousands and thousands. But you see, a lot of these students used to go to places like the United States to get educated. They go to the United States, they pay big bucks out of their pockets because foreign students in the United States pay a lot more than American citizens to go to the universities, and I guess that's the way it should be. But those foreign students, Chinese students, which used to be the largest group of foreign students in the United States at one point, it isn't anymore. I think it's Indian students from East India, but they used to be the largest, and they would go to the United States, they would get their education, they do really good too, top of the class, and then they get post-grad work permits. They go start working for companies around the United States, and they would excel. They were an asset to these companies in the United States. Well, that no longer applies, just for the fact that there's been so much discrimination against the Chinese people that they've come up against sort of a brick wall, or let's call it a bamboo ceiling, because that's what the Chinese call it. They've got a name for everything. A bamboo ceiling means that you can only be promoted so high in an American company before you can't be promoted anymore as a Chinese person, a Chinese citizen, because they don't trust you. There's always that thing in the back of the American boss's mind that you could be a Chinese spy. You're not trusted with the secrets of that corporation. You're not worthy of a top management position because you're Chinese. That's the bamboo ceiling. Oh yeah, and because of the bamboo ceiling, a lot of the Chinese post-grads, the people that were working in the United States, look at their opportunities and say, well geez, there's just a lack of opportunity in the United States now for me as a Chinese person. So I'm no longer going to work in these corporations in the United States. I'm going to go back to China where there's more opportunity for me. They've got a name for that too. They're called sea turtles. No shit, guys. And so more of these people are coming back, especially just pre-pandemic, during the pandemic, and post-pandemic. But let's go back between 2012 and up until the pandemic started. Over 80% of the post-grads in the United States from China, Chinese people, were moving back, bringing their education home to China because they already saw that there was a lack of opportunity for them in the Western world, in the United States of America. After the pandemic, during and after the pandemic, you see more of it, just for the fact that they're paranoid. The Americans are paranoid against the Chinese people, the students, even the teachers, the PhD people that have a PhD, teachers that teach in universities, people that work at high levels in corporations. They're not trusted anymore. So what do? They pack up their bags and they go back to where they're trusted, and that's mainland China. Plus, in mainland China, because of the rise in tech, the rise in just about everything here in China, there's more opportunity. They can actually make better wages here in China than they can in the United States. Just think, if the roles were turned around, and say you're an American citizen and you came to Guangxi University and you got an education, and you went to work and you got a work permit and you went to work for a Chinese company, and they looked out at you out of the corner of their eye and say, well, geez, I don't trust that American. He could be a spy. We're only going to use him up until a certain level in the company. We're not going to give him any of our secrets. We're not going to trust this guy or girl, and you have no chance for advancement or opportunity in the future. How would you deal with that? Where would you go? Would you say, well, that's okay, I'll just be that person that's not trusted. I'll be that second-class citizen in this corporation because I want to live in China. No, you wouldn't. You spend a lot of money on your education. You expect to be respected, and in your trade, and chances are you'd say, well, to hell with this. I'm going to go someplace where I have opportunity and where I'm respected and I have chance for advancement in my field. And that's what the Chinese are doing right now. They're saying, well, there's no opportunity for me here. I might as well go back to China. And let's not forget about the Asian hate that's going on in the Western world, especially the United States right now. These people go over to the United States. They do their education, they get jobs and whatever, but they're not safe because of the rhetoric that is portrayed by the Western politicians, the American politicians especially, the American news. They're not safe, and if they have family over there, their family isn't safe. How would you like to send your child to a school where your child is in danger every day of being harassed, bullied, beaten? It's just one of those things. How would you like to walk down the street in a foreign country and be the target of hate? Because hate against Asian people, especially the Chinese people in the Western world, is on the uprise. No opportunity. You're looked at with a suspicious eye. You and your family are not safe. What more do you need to understand about these people leaving the United States and making a big brain drain on the United States? It's not China's fault. It's the Americans' fault. The Americans have done a lot of things in the past that shoot themselves in the foot. They weaponize their dollars, so nobody wants to invest in the American dollar anymore. Places like Brazil, Russia, Argentina, Mexico, South Africa, India, they're all starting to deal in other currencies. The United States ostracizes Chinese people, highly educated Chinese people, so the brain drain starts in the United States and all of these people are moving out of the United States. It seems like they want to hurt themselves in some way, and by discriminating, by demonizing the educated Chinese people in the United States and creating a brain drain, they're hurting themselves. It doesn't make any sense. When these Chinese post-grads come home to China, they start to see that there's more competition here. There's 1.4 billion people. There's a lot of educated people. There's a lot of highly educated people. They're building everything from high-rises to airports to subway systems to 5 and 6G telecommunications to you name it. It's all happening here in mainland China. So when they come back, there's more competition, and that just tells you one little thing. It doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure this out. That more competition means that there's more educated people, and you've got to have a better work ethic. You've got to have a higher education to sort of float to the top here in China, where in the United States it's easy. Unless you're a Chinese person and you've got that bamboo ceiling. So when they come back here, there is more competition, and it's because China is growing faster. There's more going on here. It's tougher, but they're willing to deal with that. Why? Because they don't have the bamboo ceiling. They don't have the discrimination. Their families are safe. You know, all of these things make a big difference to the Chinese people that have traveled across the water, the sea turtles that are coming back. So that leads, because there's more opportunity in China, that leads to more foreigners coming to China, more educated foreigners coming to China, because they can see, well, the Chinese are moving back over there. There's more opportunity. The tech companies are bigger. They're building more. They're doing more in China. So now China, through easier access to work permits and whatever, are making it easier for educated foreign students to come back or to come over to China. And this just adds to the brain drain in the United States. So, and the more opportunity, the higher wages, the better lifestyle, you know, you don't have to worry about walking down the street getting shot. You don't have the youth taking over downtown Chicago, fighting with police officers. You don't have the drug addicts. You don't have the homeless people. You don't have all of that stuff in China that you have in the United States. This all adds to a better lifestyle for the people that decide to come to China, whether they're Chinese or foreigners. Think about it. All of these factors have created the largest brain drain the United States of America has ever seen in its history. It used to be the land of opportunity. It used to be where everybody wanted to go, and that American dream, you could be anything you want. It doesn't matter black, white, green, yellow, it doesn't matter where you came from or who you are. That American dream was for you. That American dream doesn't exist anymore. The American dream was hijacked by China, because now China is where the American dream, or what used to be the American dream, now is the Chinese dream, is actually happening today. And people around the world are seeing it. The Chinese people that are moving back see it. The foreigners that are coming to China to work see it. Now maybe you see it. And that's another video from Gweilo 60. If you like this video, as always, like, comment, subscribe. Push that share button. Don't forget to resubscribe. And put a couple bucks in the Patreon account. It helps. Until next time, thanks for watching outside Guangxi University, Nanning, Guangxi Autonomous Region, China. Till next time, peace out. Bye now.